What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I played a fair bit of Weekend League. I didn't complete all my games, as I promised I wouldn't, and I didn't not complete them because I promised I wouldn't. I've got a method, I've got a platform, I've got a way that I'm doing this now going forwards, at least for this month. I haven't got any of that gameplay for you. I did it on stream and I'll be honest, I completely forgot to record it. So this was supposed to be Foot Champs gameplay and some questions and comments and stuff. Instead, I'm going to give you a bit of a club tour and play Division 1. And I'm going to build... No, maybe I'm not going to build a team. I'm going to wait until... I don't want to spend coins right now on teams and stuff because I just want to do it when Team of the Season is here. So we are probably going to be playing with a generic, oh my god, NepentheZ use a different team. Now, start as we mean to go on. First things first, I have completed Marquee matchups. I'll tell you, like the Vitesse cards, they're 10,000 coins each. It's ridiculous. The entire thing, including opportunity cost me about 48,000 coins, which isn't the best. I would have liked to have done it for about 40,000 coins, but what you get for that is 80,000 coins worth of packs and a guaranteed inform. This is the Dortmund versus Hoffenheim. I had already one player. I actually had a few players in the club. I have one packed player. I did already have a few players in the club. So there's Dortmund versus Hoffenheim. As I said, I could show you the individual prices of each player, but it doesn't really make any difference because the total cost was, I think, 48,000 something. And then for the Besiktas against Fenerbahce, I had four players in the club already, and I bought the rest, and I already had a couple of the dudes in the club as well. So we get a jumbo premium gold pack for that, and this is obviously nice because the packs go towards some good things. Then I opened some bronze packs, which is why I've got like way less coins. And I packed the Utrecht guy. I actually packed two of them. I'll show you the trade pile in a second. And I had to go and buy the Vitesse dude. Now, he's 10,000 coins, which is crazy anyway. But there were literally no Vitesse players on the market. Now there seems to be quite a lot. And the reason why there's quite a lot is because I tweeted that there were no Vitesse players on the market. And everyone who didn't know that they were 10k went and like listed them all up. So if I didn't tweet about it, I literally would have been stuck. I wouldn't have been able to get the Vitesse Ireland players. So we get another 15k pack for that, and then Chelsea versus Middlesbrough. Don't think I had any. I had the Chelsea and the Middlesbrough card. And then I just went and bought loads of Spanish La Liga players to fill up the rest of it because it just made it a little bit easier. And we get a rare gold pack for that. So that's obviously nice because it's a lot of stuff for Team of the Season. And we get a Team of the Week player for completing the SBC. Now, I want to open that Team of the Week player pack. I don't know where it sits in here. Jumbo Premium Gold Packs, some more rare gold packs, Mega Packs, Jumbo Rare Player Packs. Yeah, see, I can't open that inform. Now, this isn't even the best week to open it, really. And maybe I'll wait till Wednesday at 6 PM just to see what the next Team of the Week is. But obviously, if I did manage to pull James, Costa, Emre Can, Koulibaly, it would be all nice stuff, but I just don't think that that's likely to be the case. So, transfer market. I sold the, of course, as I planned to do, I sold the Watkins for profit. I sold them mostly for 25 to 26k. And one for 30k, and if I look on Footbin now, how much? I bet he's going for like 40k or so. I bet he's actually even more. Oh no, he's still 30. He's like 27,000, 29,000. So he's about 25,000, and that's actually a fair price. And somebody mentioned on Reddit that if you look at his rating in game after putting a certain chem style on, if you put on him, what was it? I think it was a Maestro. If you put a Maestro on him, yeah. If you put a Maestro on Watkins, he goes up to an 87 rated cam. So as a silver card, he is going to be ridiculously good. There's that other Utrecht player that I managed to pack. And also through doing the bronze pack method, I've managed to get myself a load of like fitness cards and stuff like that again. So that's where I'm at. I've already showed you like my investments and stuff previously. If you want to see them again, I can show them again. And then finally, Foot Champs, I finished on 18 wins, which is great. I didn't like force myself to 18 wins either. You can see I only played 26 games. I had 14 left, so there was a possibility I could get to 32 wins. If I did play them out, I most definitely would have got to gold 1. Obviously, I got 1 disconnect in there. But one of the fun things was that like 18 and 8 which is my record here, is a horrific record for me personally. I'm usually a little bit better than that, 18-7, maybe 18-6, maybe 21 or 24-8, something like that. But I didn't care. I genuinely had fun playing Weekend League this weekend. And what I thought I was going to do now, from now on, because as I said to you yesterday, guys, I was talking to A&I Skills and I was talking to my stream last night as well. And what I'm going to, I love playing FIFA, and I normally would play FIFA on a weekend. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to play FUT Champs until Team of the Season, and it might be this week, it might be next week, whatever. But until Team of the Season, I'm going to play FUT Champs as if I were just playing FIFA normally. If I, switch on my console because I love playing FIFA. And whatever I get to, I get to. And then on Sunday night, late Sunday night, midnight, 1 a.m. sort of time, when the game's, the clock is running down, if I'm 1 or 2 wins away from the next rank, I'll push on to get that rank. But if I've just hit the next rank, or I'm 1 win ahead of the next rank, I will stay at that rank. So for example, I hit Silver 1 about 11 o'clock or so on Sunday night. And then I just played a couple more games just because I wanted to play them. I went and played some PUBG with NepentheZ on stream, and then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I came back and I was on 15 wins. So I was on 15 wins at like 2 a.m. So I was like, hey guys, I'm just going to play a couple of games because I don't want to play like way late. And if I force myself to 18 wins, it might end up taking me 2 hours. So I said to the stream, I said to myself, I'm going to play a couple of games and we'll see what happens. I got 2 really quick rage quits, so then I got 17 wins. And so I was like, okay, so now I'm on 17 wins. I will now play until I hit 18 wins, and that will be the end. But if I'd lost one of those first 2 games, I would have been like, okay guys, 15, 16 wins, it's already 3 a.m, I'm not going to force it, I would have stayed on Silver 1. So I managed to get up to Gold 3 off of just the 26 games, which I'm very, very happy with. I'm very happy with. Monthly, that would put me to 72 wins, which would be just short of Gold 2. So monthly, it will be the same. If by the end of the month, if on the week 4, I'm on like 71 wins, I'll push to Gold 2 for sure. If I'm on, 81 wins, I'll push to Gold 1 for sure. I'll push to the next rank every week, and then at the end of the month, if I'm within just a win or 2 away from that rank. But I'm not going to sit there and bust my gut for the whole 40 games just for an extra rank here or there. The reward for Gold 3 is it's a good. Obviously, it's 2 mega packs, 1 50k pack, and coins. So it's and 30,000 coins. That's not bad for just having to play 26 games. That's a really, really good return. What is it in total? 120,000 coins worth of packs and 30,000 coins. So 150,000 coins of return for just 26 games. And arguably most weeks I'll do it before 26 games, maybe 24 games or 22 games, which will be sweet. And that's if I go to 18 wins. Probably, possibly, I won't go to 18 wins. So when Team of the Season is released, instead of just playing FIFA casually like I would normally, I will be playing FIFA for videos during Weekend League. But as I said yesterday, what I'll be doing is I'll be making a squad with new Team of the Season players, playing 4 or 5 games, making a new squad, playing 4 or 5 games, and still not caring where I finish, just playing the games with these squads to test out players instead. I think that's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, we're 3 points away from winning the title. 1 win is needed out of 2 games. Should be doable. I'll be very upset if I can't win 1 out of 2, especially after winning 6 and drawing 2 of the first 8. And in those 2 that I drew as well, I'm happy with the fitness there. In the 2 that I drew 1 of them after being 2-0 up and conceded in like the 87th and 90th minute. And so I could have been in a position where I just needed 1 draw to win a title instead of 1 win to win a title. However, I don't mind too much. Division 1 to me is not important, and I think that's actually a problem with EA, isn't it? The fact that during the week, during Monday to Thursday specifically, if they don't put in a marquee matchups or a random SBC, and if they don't do anything kind of promotional wise, there's nearly no reason to come on this game. They're like, right now, when marquee matchups finishes in an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half, if they don't release a new marquee matchups, which I'm not sure if they will do or won't do, what is there any football this week? Champions League semi-finals, so we may get a marquee matchups. I don't know for sure. But if they don't release a marquee matchups and they don't release a new SBC, there is going to be almost no reason to come on FIFA this week, which is really bad until obviously Team of the Season comes out. So that's interesting, isn't it? That people would rather not play the game than play Division 1, and that speaks volumes as to how bad divisions are and how few people care to play them and how bad the reward structure is, and in turn in drafts as well, how like drafts just aren't really oh, he's done me there. Drafts just aren't really that important, just because you can play them at any point, and like realistically drafts are actually easier. Why has he paused it? I think he thinks he's just scored. Do you think he's just scored? I'm pretty sure that went wide, otherwise it would have gone in as a goal already. But anyway, guys, first comment is from Sam Woods. He says, "Hi Nep, what does a defending stat actually mean? In reality, every player in the game can slide in for a tackle or stick their foot out. I don't really see the difference. I would like to hear your opinion. Keep up the good work." Let me get a foot head up so I can kind of discuss in a bit more detail the things. So defending has a few things. Interceptions, heading, marking, stand tackle, and slide tackle. In my opinion, the number that you get is directly relevant to the size of the hitbox. If you guys don't know what a hitbox is, I'll try to explain it using Call of Duty. When you shoot someone in Call of Duty, there is a hitbox. Go on, Deli. There's a hitbox. So you might not hit them directly, like there's like an invisible box around the person that contributes to you hitting them, right? It's called a hitbox in game. I tell you what, it'd probably be easier if you actually googled what is a hitbox in gaming. There's probably something that will give you a much more simple, realistic answer. But imagine an imaginary circle around a defender, or yeah, let's say a defender, because we're talking about defending, although it's an attribute that's not just on defenders, it's on anyone. So imagine an imaginary circle around my old Bonner right now. That circle is going to be a size by default, depending on, that could be a goal here, depending on, why didn't he cut that back initially? Very weird. Yeah, so the size of that circle around him, that imaginary circle around him, will be dependent on the stat that is there. So if someone has 50 stand tackle, that hitbox when they're making a standing tackle will be, a certain size. And then if they have 99 for stand tackles, when they're making a stand tackle, that hitbox will be considerably larger than when they have obviously less of a size hitbox. So what that means is that this could both be a positive and negative thing, and this could also be a real big indication for something like auto lunging, because if somebody has a really big hitbox and then they're in the vicinity to tackle, it might trigger them auto lunge. Like you see that interception that guy just made there. He stuck his leg out. I thought that pass was good enough to get through, but he stuck his leg out because the hitbox was so big. The same with my Ogbonna there. Ogbonna won that tackle because his hitbox was so big. If that wasn't Ogbonna, if that was, for example, my centre midfielder Costa probably wouldn't have been able to get his foot to that ball there because his hitbox wouldn't have been big enough for the game to trigger the tackle animation. So it can be a negative thing in the sense that what you could find is that you actually, players with higher stand and slide tackle, stand tackle specifically, they could very potentially lunge a lot more, auto lunge a lot more, because the ball goes in the vicinity of the hitbox, which triggers the animation. But if they're not quick enough to get there, so if they're if reactions are quite low on your defender or something, it could then cause the tackle to be missed and the the auto lunge to screw you over. But essentially, go on, Theo. Essentially, it is the size. And this is my interpretation of it. I could be massively wrong here, but it's the size of the hitbox when performing the standing and sliding tackle. In terms of interceptions, what I read from something to do with FIFA 12, FIFA 12's career mode, I believe interceptions is basically positioning for defenders. You know how in the shooting category there is the term positioning? Well, positioning isn't anything to do with defenders at all, which is crazy, right? Because you think, well, your defensive positioning is important too, so why do defenders kind of get like shafted with positioning? Well, it's because positioning in the attacking manner is to do with where like your players getting into space to receive passes. That's what the text read. It's my guess that interceptions for defenders is the positions they take up to intercept the ball. The better the positioning, the better that they stand in the correct area to stop them, to stop the ball. So that could again be a situation where if you've got a defender that has low interceptions, he might have loads of pace, really good tackling, he might have good face card stats, and you might be like, why does this guy always perform badly for me? He might just have low interceptions, which means he might be in a situation where he's always in the wrong position. And when I use these midfielders like Costa and such, these strikers in midfield like Costa, for example, I might concede more goals compared to someone who has Kante or Pogba, because the positioning of my midfielders, the interceptions of my midfielders is so low compared to those dudes that they're actually they're actually caught out of position quite a lot. That could be a genuine concern, a genuine issue. So although I prefer the physicality in offence and from set pieces and stuff of someone like Costa or of someone like Harry Kane or something like that in midfield, it might be a situation where I would actually perform better with a Kante and a Pogba, simply off the back of the fact that they are better positioned for me defensively. And that would be due to interceptions. Again, that's my interpretation of it. I'm not saying I'm right at all. In fact, I'm saying I could very, very, very easily be wrong here. It is just absolutely my interpretation of how it works. God damn it, I shouldn't have rushed that shot. So then you go on to heading. Now, heading is pretty self-explanatory. It's heading. Again, it's a weird one, is heading, because heading is in direct contention with jumping. What you'll find is that if you have a really tall person, they will likely have low heading or low jumping. And if you have a really short person, like Messi, for example, I think he has his base card has 90 something heading. I think his team of the year card has 99 heading. Obviously it's a team of the year card, but shorter players seem to have higher stats in jumping and heading, which is pretty weird. If someone's tall, or rather just because they're tall, it doesn't mean that person can't jump. You know what I mean? The game says that Peter Crouch can't jump, but I think they do that because otherwise really tall players, I literally think it's a balancing feature, because otherwise really tall players would continually out jump everyone. If you had someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic who had 99 jumping and 99 heading, because he's already so tall as well, he would literally rise above everyone and everything, and that would not be something that would work in the game. It would be very, very very overpowered in the game, and I don't think it would be an effective method to build the game. And so I think I do understand the balancing between jumping and heading. So heading is exactly what it says. It's heading. If you've got more, if you're going up for a duel with your opponent in the midfield, it's about positioning in many senses, but also it's about jumping and heading. If you've got a player who has better jumping and better heading than your opponent, as long as you're positioned in a decent area, it's very likely that you will win that header. That's a good interception. That's a good interception too. There we go. So that's what I believe. And then last but not least, you've got marking. And marking, I also believe, is the position that they... I'll get back to you on marking in a future episode, because marking is something to do with the way... I read it. I can't remember. It's either the where they stand or how they run with the players that they're supposed to be with. I can't remember specifically how it was worded. I will get back to you guys on marking. Romelu. But that's my interpretation of defending. The Demon Descendant, what a great name, says, "Hi Net, what silvers would you recommend for the weekend league with the silvers?" Well, first of all, I think Watkins is a good player to have. That guy that we invested in. I personally believe that if you're going to be using an EPL team and you're able to fit plenty English players into your team, Watkins is priority number one, because as I showed earlier on in the video, or as I told you earlier on in the video, he's an 87 rated cam. There's also, I get told a lot I should invest in Billy Sharp. I think, isn't he the striker with quite low pace? He would make a relatively decent midfielder, but I don't think he's someone that I was interested in when I looked at him. And again, I know he's an Englishman with pretty good stats, just not my bag personally. And then after that, dudes, I would actually say just hold out. You know, this weekend league is a few weeks away yet. You know, we've still got next weekend league, and then it's the weekend league that we're going into. So you've got about 12 days before that weekend league is here. And in the meantime, you're going to have team of the season most consistent bronze and team of the season most consistent gold. Sorry, and silver, which is going to contain lots of very, very overpowered silver and bronze cards that after putting a chem style on will be, you know, akin to gold tier, gold level players. So I would say, other than the odd player of the month, other than the odd player of the year card that we already have in the game that is silvers, I would legitimately say don't really invest in anyone, because it might be a situation where team of the season most consistent silver is better than a gold counterpart that you could have. So for that reason, yeah, just hold on until team of the season. Wait to see what the team of the season I think, haven't the team of the season most consistent silver and bronze already actually been decided? We just don't know their stats. Go and have a look at what those players are, who those players are. Oh, he's going to get a goal there. Oh, big save. And who you might be able to and want to fit into your team, and like wait for those. Essentially, I think that would be a smart thing to do. I think that'd be a very smart play, because based on last year, the team of the season most consistents were some of the silver players. They were absolutely unbelievable. Like, they were really, really good. Yeah, I would wait for that. Oh, Hazard, you've got to have a better touch than that, lad. I would personally wait for that, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because if I can put, you know, 7, well, you need, what do you need? You need 10 altogether, don't you? If I could put 10 really good bronzes and silvers that are most consistent onto my bench, then hey, I'm going to do that. Why have I rushed that shot? I should have just passed that to Theo Walcott. God damn it. So that's my opinion. Anyway, dudes. Anyway, what minute are we in? We're in the 75th minute. I'm 1-0 up. As long as I'm not stupid here, we should be able to see out this game. See, like, Theo Walcott shouldn't be winning that header. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy that he won that header. Next comment was from Sam Woods. Wait. Yeah, Sam Woods again. Damn, two in one video, Sam Woods. He says, Net, would you ever do a gym session video? I think it would be a good idea for people, what they can do for themselves. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the kind words, Sam. And I have thought about it, and I most likely will once I get the full gym set up. Right now, my gym's still missing some bits. The lighting, like, as crazy as it sounds, because it's just a gym, like, the lighting isn't good enough to make videos in my garage. Like, if it's not daytime specifically, then it gets really dark in there, and the videos wouldn't be of good quality. And I usually work out at night, and I would want it to be. I've got a few ideas, but yeah, like, bottom line is, yes, I will eventually set my main camera, my main recording camera up in the gym, and I will record my gym sessions. Next comment is from 2Pro for you, bro. He says, "Hey Net, why don't you build a mega team on your main account with Team of the Year Messi, Team of the Year Ronaldo and such, and try out what it's like to play with these players, like so Nep can see." You don't have to like so Nep can see. I will see it anyway. The reason why I don't do that is because, first of all, I played with those players plenty through draft and on my main account, but also because I won't do much better than I currently do. My issue isn't my gameplay. In a sense, obviously my defense is a bit problematic because I just rush defensively and I panic way too much. My issue, as we've discussed many times now, is my mentality. I beat myself a lot of the time. You know, I get into little funks and I carry. That's going to be a goal. Wow, De Gea winning me the title here. I get into funks mentally and I lose to players that I shouldn't lose to because I play worse. That's got to be offside. Yeah, because I play worse because I'm frustrated and tilted. That's my biggest problem. As I said to you guys, like, team is not everything. Team is 10-15% maximum of the ability. Like, if I play against someone who I should beat, like, just because I'm better than them, it shouldn't really make any difference what kind of team I have. Like, and it's not like the team that I've got now is bad. You know what I mean? In fact, it's an incredible team. I've got a very, very good team. No. This is what I mean with my mentality. This is me beating myself. This guy should not have scored in the 90th minute. I should have done everything I could have done to have not allowed him to score. And it was the last kick of the game as well. So now I have to play another game to win the D1 title, if I win it at all. And that's me beating myself, dudes, because I just let him in. I had the ball in his box, and instead of just taking care of the possession and seeing out the game, I tried to get a second goal. And it screwed me. I screwed myself. I screwed myself in this game. This guy didn't deserve. Well, I mean, he deserved to score a goal here or there. De Gea made some big saves, but I think is that 90th minute chance there? No, see, my 90th minute chance isn't there. But like here, for example, he could potentially have scored there. Big save from De Gea. I think a draw probably was a fair result, to be fair. But these are games I would go on to lose. And if I had a team of the year team or a mega team, I would have still probably drawn to this guy. It wouldn't have made any difference because it was me, the way that I was playing, that was causing the issues. This, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Unfortunately, we was unable to win Division 1 today. Still unbeaten in Division 1, but unable to win it. Imagine if I go 6-4-0, that'd be devastating. Tomorrow, we will do the final Division 1 game. Maybe I'll build a different team of players that I've got in the club. I'll throw a few Reds in, maybe try to build a hybrid or something. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just build a different BPL team. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. So if you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.